introduce you James Moore and Barry Cooper. James Moore is an interaction designer and award leader of digital media at University College Falmouth. Barry Cooper is media theorist and practicing artist and senior lecturer at the University College Falmouth. Thank you.
First, say thank you for being invited here. We're very pleased to be here today. And to differentiate between us, James and I'm Barry. We thought we'd start off with the similarities of where we come from, Cornwall. We teach in an art college in Falmouth, which is near the toe of Cornwall. There are very few similarities between Cornwall and Italy, you'd discover if you ever go there. Has anyone ever been to Cornwall? Yeah. It's incredibly beautiful. It was an area of industry. Could we move? We actually wrote this paper within the context of our teaching practice. It's a very grounded sort of article about teaching, and it's about teaching praxis, the integration of theory and practice. We went along with the idea that the possibilities of new technology to offer new subjectivities, that's already been raised this morning, would allow us participation within fields of climate change and neoliberalism, a general resource question of kind of the future of this planet. O'Sullivan, who teaches at Goldsmiths, he sees experimentation with new technologies as at the sharp end of the technological production of subjectivity, so that's where we're coming from. We wanted to move from the traditional media type theories of the media studies field where we were teaching from kind of structuralism and post-structuralism into what Escobar calls political ecology 3, the flat and relational ontologies, Deleuze, Guattari, that sort of thing. We chose as our core book for this unit of this undergraduate course Felix Guattari's 3 Ecologies. We wanted to think about the relationships between the ecology of the socius, the ecology of subjectivity, and the ecology of the environment. So we're after a kind of very environmental, subjective, technological sort of matrix here. Guattari claims in this book, and obviously a lot of straight media theoreticians would object to this, that media has promoted a strategic infantilization, particularly around consumerism, consumer society. Particularly in Cornwall, this is an operation with the dominant representational system of Cornwall, which is as a sort of rural idyll, a place for people to get away from the real world, to get back to how things used to be, lots of manual labor, lots of quaint cottages, lots of fishing. It's been mainly constructed through dominant media as a sort of idyll, a place in the past where people from the industrialized areas of London and the Midlands could come to get a break from the grim reality. Most of our students don't know anything about Cornwall. The imagining in their head is one of this rural idyll. They come to go surfing, to enjoy the countryside, to get away from the cities where they were brought up. And they have no idea what Cornwall is actually like. They come for this. These are the early tourist promotional sort of images of Cornwall. Our students are still coming to surf. Older people come to Cornwall to retire, to go fishing, to go sailing, that sort of thing. Cornwall was a mining area. It was at the cutting edge of the Industrial Revolution. Some of the areas in Cornwall were the richest parts of Europe. Humphrey Davy lived there. He invented the periodic table. Trevithick invented the steam engine. All this massive advance of science and technology was driven by the need to exploit the tin reserves in Cornwall's granite. When this mining industry collapsed, there was mass unemployment in Cornwall starting around 1920. And there was a strategic decision to reinvent Cornwall as a tourist destination. It's included putting palm trees in, the posters, the railway posters to encourage people to come on holiday, the building of new sorts of multi-occupant houses for tourists to come and have a flat while they're on holiday. But this disguised or tried to erase the actual geological wealth of Cornwall, which is driven by these pink areas here, which are granite. The rock underneath Cornwall, the rock popping up from the magma the molten core of the Earth, as it came up, it boiled the rock, the slate, the brown rock on top, and the areas of mineral that ran out from this boiling rock, gold, tin, and copper, were massively valuable resources, but they had to be mined at depth.